ASK Automotive IPO is opening, and thank you so much for your time, first of all. Very interesting to know that you are into the two-wheeler segment of India, but if we see your last 3 years of financial performance, then your top line has seen a good jump from close to 1,500 crores. It's more than 2,500 crores by FY23, but your bottom line is actually somewhat stagnant. So what has been the challenges here? What impacted your profitability, and what could be the likely triggers ahead?
Yes, see the top line growth that you see, it has some aluminium prices also have a role to play in that, So that substantial growth that you see, because as you see after COVID, the commodity prices have gone only in one direction, and that they went up and up, and not by a small amount, but they rose by 60% first time in the. So that's how the top line, some it shows because of some commodity prices, it's showing that kind of growth. And as far as the bottom line is concerned, it came under pressure again for the very same reason that though our main commodity, which is aluminium, that was hedged completely by the customer through the quarterly adjustments and the half-yearly adjustments. And though last 20, 25 years, there was never a variation in the prices of aluminium. But first time during this period after COVID, the commodity prices went one way only, and we could suffer some disadvantage in the margins in that. But now the customers have again rectified the contracts, and it is now month to month, we have been hedged against any variation in the aluminium prices. So going forward, I think the margins and all this will come back to the normal range.
Right, sir. Mr. Rathee, this is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. Very good afternoon to you. And, very interesting move coming in, because when I'm looking at your clientele also, it's been quite interesting as well. Firstly, obviously, I'm going to continue in terms of the margins. So I just want to pick a bit more in terms of margins. Margins were down from 12.1% in FY21 to 9.24% in FY23. So first, if you could tell us about, what is the sustainable level of margin that one could expect? Do we see the company going back to the 12% range?
No, the sustainable margin is definitely the double digit. But I would also like to highlight, that our rate fixation is normally cost plus margin, And as I said, that after COVID, there was an abrupt rise in the commodity prices. So if it is a question of denominator and numerator also. So if the prices of the commodities increase, the percentage margin comes down, the absolute numbers remaining, they are the right indicator.
Mr. Rathee, like when he was highlighting
now since the commodity prices are stabilizing, so you will see margins improving now.
Okay. We will look out for that, Mr. Rathee. But like when he was highlighting, you have got great clientele, all the top companies in the two-wheeler segment. We can see that in the list. But talking about the contribution of the top 3 clients of yours, that's actually gone up from 54% in FY21 contribution in your top line to more than 60% by FY23. So just wanted to understand that going forward as well, do you believe that the concentration will stay like this way, more than 50% contribution from the top 3 clients?
Yes. It is the top 3 clients which occupy 60% of the market, two-wheeler market, So we are very, very lucky to have been associated with them for so long, and to be growing with the growth of those companies.
Right, so absolutely growing with the growth of those companies, and two-wheeler surely is one that everyone is watching out for as well. I also want to understand something more in terms of your export revenues as well. 3.6% of the contribution currently is from exports, comes to your top line. What is the opportunity that you see coming in for the company in the export space?
Exports, we are seeing a great opportunity, because we started looking for exports only 6 years back, and we have done very well in spite of the 2 years of COVID, And now we see a great potential going forward in the exports. And we, as you have seen, that we are supplying to very marquee clients there also, in the like Stanley Black and Decker, which is a number one player in the power tool segment, and the ATVs, Polaris, and the MTDs. So we have very prestigious list of customers there also in such a short time, and I see a huge potential because we are supplying them very critical and complex some of the components in the aluminum lightweighting precision solutions.
And lastly, Mr. Rathee, because the big transition that we are seeing in the two-wheeler segment is towards the EV side, so just wanted to understand how much EV contributes in your FY23 revenue, and as of now as well, if you can give us that number. And going ahead, how do you see the contribution growth outlook for the EV segment?
I'm very, very happy to share that, this latest segment of EV, which I'm very, very bullish on, and which, if the transition takes place, first of all, it will take place only in the EVs two-wheeler segment, And here you'll be happy to know that the largest two-wheeler EV player we have cracked. We are also supplying to TVS, Ather, Bajaj, Hero MotoCorp for the Vida, and this is how we have grown. So all the marquee clients of the EV segment of the two-wheeler also we are already supplying to them, and we feel that as the sector grows, after this latest evolution, and we'll also grow with the sector.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us, Mr. Rathee, for us on the channel from the management of ASK. Firstly, good luck for your IPO as well, and thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us this afternoon.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm so grateful to my marquee customers. I take a lot of pride in saying, and such a long relationship of 15 to 30 years.
Absolutely, and good luck, and thank you so much for joining in with us, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.